Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle and today we are going to be talking about some e.l.f. products I am not really enjoying. So e.l.f. to me has some really great products. I am in love with their bite-size eyeshadow palettes. I haven't tried all of them, but I've tried like 3 or 4 of them and they're beautiful. This is the Rosewater one, which I just think is absolutely stunning. I also have been using their Wow Brow like mascara brow filler. I'm not wearing it right now, so don't judge my brows. It looks like this. It just has like a little wand. And this one is in the shade Neutral Brown, and I think it looks really natural and really beautiful and is like super easy to apply. And since I am horrible at applying brows, I would say that that is a great product. If you're interested in something like that, something easy where you can just kind of fill in sections of your brows that are a little thinner. In my case, it's like right here on this side that is just a little thinner. And then like right here almost looks like I have a cut. Sometimes for whatever reason, it's just a little thinner. Not really sure why. So it's just really easy to kind of comb through them and fill them out like that. So the products that we're going to be talking about are these e.l.f. Monochromatic multi-sticks. Sorry, I'm reading off of their website. These were $4. I think I paid $5 at CVS, but maybe they were $4 and I just am mistaken. They have a bunch of different shades. I'm seeing at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shades on their website for this. And they are described as a cream to powder, wear everywhere stick that delivers a highly blendable kiss of color. So this one says it is versatile, it's multi-use, so you can use it for the eyes, lips, and cheeks. So essentially what I want to do is just talk about some of these claims, give you some swatches, give you some comparisons to some other cream blushes that I currently use, and then just kind of talk about it in general, what I think the pros are, because there are some pros to it, and then what I think the cons are, because they're just not really my favorite products from this brand. I think e.l.f. comes out with some really great products like I talked about earlier, and I just don't think these are them, but maybe they're perfect for you and they're just not really good for me. That's definitely possible. Everyone, has different makeup preferences, so maybe these will be perfect for you. So I'm just going to talk about the pros and cons and then you can make a decision for yourself. So again, one of the biggest pros and one of the pros for e.l.f. in general are that these are very affordable. Coming in at $4, you can buy the whole range if you want. And they are very versatile. I mean, you can use them on your lids, you can use them on your cheeks, and also lips as a lip color. What I will say is that these are not matte, and it's hard to see. Yeah, I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to see it until I swatch them, but these have sheen to them. So for example, for me, they don't have like a glossy effect on the lip, they have like a metallic sheen effect on the lip, which is not something that I find very flattering, especially in the winter when your lips are like a little dry. I feel like it falls into the cracks of your lip, which is just not really the best. I'm also not wearing these today, but I did find that at least the way I use eyeshadow, which is without any sort of primer or powder down prior, these creased pretty quickly. So they looked beautiful, at least the peach one I used on my lids the other day, but I did see some pretty intense creasing, so it just has like this buildup, and you just see a pretty intense line of buildup of this like cream to powder. I will give points for the lightweight and non-greasy formula. It is a cream to powder. It will feel very powdery after it has dried down onto the skin, but I will say that when it comes to being easy to apply, that is difficult. I think that this one, the peach one, is pretty easy to apply, at least on my skin tone, which is pretty light. But I found that the other shades, so this one is like the Luminous Berry and Sparkling Rose, were actually very difficult to apply. I was getting a lot of like patchy effect on my skin, just trying to blend it out. Like I guess if I blended it out a little better with a brush, but the issue I was having was that The more I blended, the more I just had patches that the product was gone, and then other patches where you could still see the product, and that was just a little difficult for me. I wasn't sure, I just had to keep adding product and trying to reblend. I didn't think it was like the most user-friendly product, especially with the creasing of the eye and the fact that it's a little too metallic for me to be wearing on my lips. So I think even though I have some powder down on my face, I'm going to apply these to my face, or at least my cheeks, so that you can kind of see what it looks like. But before I do that, I want to swatch them, and I'm going to be swatching them next to two cream blushes slash like, I guess, cream products that I use all the time. The first one is this Honest Beauty one. It's in the shade Peony Pink, and it looks like this. And I'm pretty sure Honest also claims that you can use this product almost anywhere on your face, but mostly I just use it for a blush. And it has like almost a sweet smell. I never noticed that. But that's interesting, I just noticed it now. And then the second one that I'm going to be comparing it to is the Love Cheek Duo. This is the cream blush in here from Natasha Denona, and it looks like this. I will make a note real quick that both of these cream blushes are going to be more pigmented than the e.l.f. one. I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe that the e.l.f. one is supposed to be more of like a metallic sheen to your skin and not like an intense pigment. I don't think any of these were designed to be as intensely pigmented as like the Natasha Denona one. So keep that in mind, like what you're looking for. Because that's just not what they're going for, or at least it doesn't seem like that's what they're going for. But I did want to mention that ahead of time, so if you see the swatches and you're like, the e.l.f. one is not pigmented at all, I just don't think that's what the design was intended for. If it's too pigmented, it might be hard to use, so I think they were trying to do a flush of color. So I'm going to swatch the three e.l.f. ones first on my skin. I'm going to start with the Glistening Peach. And it looks like this. You can see kind of the patchiness already as I'm swatching this. Yeah, let's give it a little more. But once you apply it, that's what it looks like. And you can see the sheen and the fact that it's semi-transparent. But definitely has like a highlighter-esque sheen. I could put some highlighters next to this that aren't as bright. But yeah, if I did like one swatch right here, you can kind of see some of the patchiness like up here that the swatch didn't go through, and down here. But again, you know, you can build it up. So that's what it looks like. Next, I'm going to be swatching Sparkling Rose, and I'm going to give a little bit of space so I can put the Natasha Denona one here and the Honest one here. So I'm going to swatch this like right here. Hopefully it... Again, a little patchy at the top, but kind of blend that out. So this one is Sparkling Rose. And you can see what I mean a little bit, in that it gets a little stuck. But again, it's a stick, so kind of give it a little bit of a break. And then this one is the Luminous Berry. I'm going to swatch this one at the end. Oh, that is the worst swatch I've ever seen. Let me clean that up for you a bit. There. And you can see that they all have a sheen to them. Again, not bad, just something to note. Like if I put this on my lips, I think for me, it just has too much of a sheen. It's not really what I'm looking for. And they are pretty creamy, like you can see from swatching it. Oh, you can see the sheen there. You can see from swatching it, I kind of like messed up the stick a little bit. I do also want to note that even though this is a low price, you don't get a crazy amount of product. I don't think this is like an everyday product, or else you'll be buying a lot of these. I have not used this that much, and this is the total amount of products that you're going to get. Looks like that. For the price, I would say that that amount of product is really good. I think that there are high-end brands that are charging like $20 or something for something like this, and you're still getting the same amount of product. But I just wanted to note that that's really the amount of product that you're getting. Now I'm going to swatch the Natasha Denona shadow next to this, and then afterwards I will swatch the Honest Beauty one. So this is the one from Natasha Denona. I'm gonna swatch it right here. So definitely more pigmented, more matte, also a cream to powder, and definitely brighter in pigment as well. But I think feeling wise, they feel the same. The Natasha one almost feels more powdery after the fact than the e.l.f. one, but for the most part, very similar. And then I would say that the creamiest one is the Honest Beauty one. This one definitely is like less of a cream to powder than the other two that dry down really easily. So I'm going to swatch this one. It just feels creamier, and I think it maintains that creaminess. So sometimes I have to just powder over it a little more than I would the other two. But again, it's just personal preference. I think the Honest Beauty one is really awesome as well. Just a creamier formula. And it looks like this. And you can kind of see it as I applied that, the creaminess of that formula, and like just how kind of almost like thick it is. It's definitely a cream blush, but again, that's kind of what you're looking for, so that's good. And you can just see kind of with these two that there's like more consistency within the swatches than these that kind of had like a blotchiness effect to them. So quickly, what I'm going to do is zoom you guys in, and I'm going to be using my favorite shade. So this is the peach one on my cheeks. I'm not even going to try to use the other two. If you're interested in these, definitely try them out. I mean, they're affordable, they're easy to try and test, but kind of what you're seeing on my arm is what I was seeing on my face, some weird lines. They were a little too dark for me. When I tried to blend them, they just didn't blend evenly. So I'm not even really going to do that. I'm just going to put the peach one down on my cheek, and I'm going to be using actually an e.l.f. Buffing foundation brush, looks like this, to just kind of buff it out after the fact. So I'm gonna zoom you in real quick so that you can see and just get your thoughts on it. And yeah, so essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it on the front of my cheek, then a little bit down underneath my highlight. I know it looks a little intense or like blotchy now, but I am going to try to blend it out afterwards, so kind of ignore that a bit. And I'm adding a lot, and it's just because like I just really feel that this product blends away a bit. So I just want to add enough that I can blend a little bit. And you can see even, I know I have highlight, I know I applied it kind of with the highlight, but you can see the sheen it gives to you. So that's not something that you're looking for, that like sheen effect, then it's just not the product for you. And if it is something you're looking for, then it's very affordable, and it's at most drugstores. And also I think Target. I'm gonna apply a little bit on the nose. Cool. And then yeah, so I'm going to use this brush to blend it in. Yeah, when I'm a little closer, the lights make it look a little intense, but further away, I think the lights make it look a little better. So I'm just blending it in. And then I don't know if it's possible to see on camera, but I kind of blended away this section accidentally. So I'm gonna apply a bit more right there. Or maybe I just didn't have enough, but I feel like it blended away a bit. So I'm just gonna try that again. Oh, sorry. And yeah, like for me, this is just too much sheen on my cheek. Maybe in the summer when you're just kind of out in the sun. I don't even know if you can see, but there are like almost like glitters all over my face in different areas. Yeah, it's just not my favorite. I would say the product's beautiful, but it's just not my favorite product. So here you are, zoomed out again. I have a slight flush of color on my cheek. I know it's maybe a little hard to see on camera, but it's definitely there. I will say that you definitely have to keep blending and applying and kind of blending and applying. That's why I don't think it's like the easiest to use. And I do think it gives me a lot of like sheen in areas that I'm not necessarily looking for. Like I feel like I look even more oily now and I just need to kind of mattify it. So I'd probably go in with a powder, like the Maybelline one, and just matte out certain sections after the fact. Like that. But yeah, I would say that this product or these products are interesting. I would not say they're my favorite. I would not say they're the easiest to use. And unless you want a metallic lip color, I would say that they're probably mostly for the cheeks because the eye creasing was just a bit much. And I think you can get a much cleaner, less creasing looking effect if you were just to use like a matte or a metallic eyeshadow that was like a peachy color. I do want to note that they are cream to powder. Like they're pretty dry now, which is really nice. So those are my quick thoughts on these products. I definitely enjoy a lot of e.l.f. products, and if you want to see a dedicated video on just e.l.f. products that I really like and swatches and talking about those, definitely comment that down below. I would really appreciate it. I really love the e.l.f. brand and I use a lot of their products, especially a lot of their brushes, like the brush lines that come out at like the holidays or come out in these little sets. I love those. They're just so cute and easy to use, and they're affordable, which is really great. If you like this content and want to see more content from me, definitely like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you are interested or have any questions relating to the products mentioned in this video, definitely comment down below and I will address them and we can have a discussion down in the comment section. I always love reading your guys' comments. They just make my day. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great day or night or morning or whatever time it is. Thanks guys. Bye.